Hey guys, Trisha McFarlane here with the Keto Collective, talking to you about all things trekking and calculating your macros for the ketogenic diet. So first and foremost, what exactly is a macro? It is short for macronutrients, and that is going to basically be the food that makes up your daily eating. It's going to be fat, protein, and carbs. Now remember, when you're following a ketogenic diet, your macros are going to be based off percentages, and that's going to be, if you're eating keto, fat is going to be 70 to 75%. That means 70 to 75% of your calories are coming from fat sources. With protein, it's 20 to 25%. And then with fat, carbohydrates, it's anywhere between 5 to 10% coming from carbs. Or in other words, this is going to look like 20 to 30 or less net grams of carbs. And so what do I mean when I talk about net grams of carbs? So get your pen ready to go. So net carbs are basically going to be the total amount of carbs that you have for an item, subtract the fiber from that, and that's going to give your net carbs. And so because we're looking at mostly vegetables where our carbs are coming from when we're eating keto-friendly foods, that might look something like this. Let's say we have spinach, and the percentage of spinach that you have has 7 grams total carbs. Subtract the fiber from that, maybe that's 4 grams, and so you are left with 3 net carbs, 3 grams of carbs for that particular food. Now, when you're following keto, guys, it's really important that you need to know where you are with your eating daily, right? You have to balance that out between 2 to 3 meals a day. And the best way to do this is going to be by tracking. And so I have some of my favorite tracking apps are the Keto Diet tracking app, as well as my Fitness Pal, which actually gives you a really cool pie chart that shows you your percentages as you're going through, as well as tracking your calories and stuff, as well as Carb Manager. And Carb Manager, you really have to pay attention to what you're inputting for your net carbs. Now, along with all of this, guys, something that you need to be really aware of is that you are really paying close attention to the percentages that the foods that you are eating daily have in them of macros. So looking online, putting these foods into these apps, they give you the percentage. So you can input this before you eat the meal. You can do it the night before, plan out your meal the night before. What are you going to eat tomorrow? Put it all in, see where you need to add or subtract or do whatever. And this is going to give you a really good idea of what you're going to be eating every single day. And so with all of this, what does that mean, right? Like when I talk about the percentages of macros, what does it actually mean? What does that percentage actually look like? And this is where you are going to be looking at actually calculating your macros along with your calories in order to figure out how many grams each every single day. You don't have to be perfect. If you're someone that pie chart works, you're just going based on percentages and staying within your calorie bracket, go for it. But remember, calories are not everything with keto. It's really based on listening to your body. That is the absolute most beautiful thing about this lifestyle, is that you don't have to focus on calories or portion size, but more just the percentage that you're getting, staying in that range, listening to your body in the sense of when you want to eat, and going from there. But if you are someone that you're just getting started, you are a numbers person, you'd like to look at it, you really want to use this as a way to burn fat, lose weight, get healthy, then this is what it's going to look like. And I have everything written down, so bear with me as I go through this. So basically, every food that you eat is going to have a gram of a macronutrient. So basically there's going to be 4 calories in a gram of carbohydrates, there's going to be 4 calories in a gram of proteins, and there's going to be 9 calories in a gram of fat. So what you're going to do is you are going to take your baseline caloric intake for the day. What is your range going to be? There are so many different ways you can find this out. Go to Google, type it in, how do I find out my calorie thing for the day? Put it in, it's going to ask you your weight, what are you looking to lose, your height, what activity level do you have? It's going to go through all of these questions for you, body fat percentage. If you don't know what your body fat percentage is and you don't have one of those little clicky things, just type in Google, because Google is everything. Just type in body fat percentage chart, female, male, and then pick the one that looks that the body that resembles you. It doesn't have to be dead on, but don't like change it by 30 or 40%. Like, don't be like, well, I want to look like the person with abs, but I actually look like this person. Don't do that. Just pick the one that best works for you, that closely resembles where you are at this current state. And that's how you're going to figure out what your daily caloric intake should be around. Again, with keto, we don't focus so much on calories, but you really don't want to be overeating by 1,000 calories a day and not getting any exercise or anything like that. So this is how you're going to calculate from there. So I hope you still have your pens handy, ready to go. So basically, you're going to take your total calories and you're going to times that by the carb macro percentage, which is going to equal how many calories of carbs you need every day. So, and then you're going to divide that by the 4 grams of daily carbs. And then the same thing with your protein. Total calories times the protein macro percentage, which is anywhere between 20 to 25%, you get to pick. That's going to give you how many calories of protein you need every day. And you're going to divide that by 4 because there's 4 grams of protein for the calorie. And then that is going to give you how many grams of protein you're going to be eating every day. And then same thing with fat. Total calories times fat macro percentage, 70 to 75. That's going to give you your daily fat calories divided by 9, because remember we said there was 9 grams in a calorie for fat. And then that's going to give you how many grams of daily fat that you're going to need. Why do you want to know the grams instead of just the percentages? Because sometimes you may be out and about, you might not have your phone handy, and it might be easier to be able to pick up a package and look on the side to figure out how many grams of fat, how many grams of protein, just by eyeballing that. So what does this look like in daily life? So basically, let's say you were on a 2,000 calorie diet, right? You work out a lot, whatever, wherever you are at this moment. So let's start with carbs. So your 2,000 calorie diet, that's what you're looking at, trying to eat around every single day. 2,000 times 5% carbs, because that's how many carbs we're looking at, is going to give you 100 calorie carbs, right? Divide that by 4, that's going to be 25 grams of daily carbs. Remember, we're going to keep this net carbs. Guys, not just regular carbs, net carbs. That's going to be total carbs divided minus fiber gives you your net carbs. Then you're going to have protein. 2,000 times 15% or 2,000 times 20% of your protein, whatever you're looking at, it's going to give you about 300 calories of protein divided by 4. That's going to give you 75 grams of protein you're looking at getting in every single day. Now, this is for everyone. This is for a 2,000 calorie diet. So don't forget, guys. And then fat. 2,000 times 80% fat or 70% fat, whatever you're looking at achieving at this moment, 1,600 calories of your daily diet is going to come from fat. Then you're going to divide that by 9, which is going to give you 178 grams of daily fat a day. Now, when you're inputting this and you're looking at the foods that you're eating and you're working through all of this, a lot of you might be saying like, that is a lot of fat. And we are here to say, we know, but it's okay making sure that your body is getting the healthy fats that it needs. Remember, following a ketogenic diet and getting into ketosis is creating your body to become a fat burning machine, meaning stored fat as well. So if you're eating a lot of carbs, your body's going to burn glucose and glycogen and you're going to crash. But if you're eating fat, your body's burning fat, and that's what's going to get into that stored fat around the organs, the visceral fat, and all those stubborn spots that you've been working on trying to get rid of forever. Now, with all of that being said, it's really important to keep track of what you're eating. You can't just always I'm just going to eat all fat, and not worry about protein or carbs, because that's not balanced, and it's not going to get your body to achieve and give it the nutrients that it needs, right, that you get from vegetables or that you would get from protein. But again, don't be too hard on yourself. If you go over or under on your grams or your percentages just a little bit, it's gonna be okay. It's not going to destroy everything thing that you've worked for, all the hard work you put into following this diet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe to my page for more information all about the ketogenic diet, getting started, and just achieving your very best self. Thanks.